it's hard to believe, but we finally got here. New England stone walls, towering eastern white pines, a pond tucked into clay, and a driveway just beginning to take shape. The walls, who knows how old they are, the trees, they've easily stood for more than a century. The pond was just dug last year, and the driveway, well, that's a work in progress, just like everything else out here. So why this land? Why the state of Maine? Well, I guess there could be a lot of answers to that question, but the foundational reality for us anyway is this is going to be our home. This property is going to house decades or scores of years or generations of dyers for years to come, if God wills it. You know, on this property behind me, I've probably uprooted thousands of trees. I've uprooted so many trees, small little birch trees, and even some bigger trees. And you know, in order to build your house, you have to do that. You have to uproot all of these different trees that are all over the place where you want to build a house. But it's not just about building a house. It's not just about removing the trees so that you can put in your house. It's about removing all of these trees so that you can put down roots. But you have to understand, I'm just a kid from Rhode Island. I remember I could stand in the middle of my street growing up and I could look down and I could see the bay. My wife, she grew up in a coastal fishing town in Massachusetts, and then somehow we ended up in the Midwest for a little while in a growing suburb. This was not our idea. This is not exactly what we had envisioned for ourselves. We never envisioned chopping our own wood to keep ourselves warm in the winter. We never envisioned having chickens and doing all of those kinds of things. But as we've spent time here and as we've lived here for over a decade now, it just starts to creep into you. It starts to become the thing that you do and what you want to do and what you enjoy doing. The foundational point of all of this is that it just becomes home. And that's so much of what this channel is actually all about. It's not just about building a home, it's about building a life. It's about building something in a rural area, shaped by the community around us, grounded in faith and lived with the kind of purpose that life ought to be lived with. And so this is Kennebec Life and Craft. We've got a long road ahead, but it's going to be worth it. And so at this point in our journey, I just want to thank you for coming along.